got love for you, man. You know what I'm saying?
What are we talking about? You know, I'm not here to start any trouble.
I'm only going to say nice things about you from now on. I think you're handsome, and I think you're a wonderful host.
I'm fat and I'm overweight.
Just don't say anything silly.
I was waiting for you to say that.
I'm not laughing about it. You think this is funny? I take it serious.
You know, I don't want y'all to take anything out of context that I'm saying.
He's very funny. He likes to joke around a lot.
As a personality and as an entertainer, yes.
This is going to be really quick. I'm not taking any questions.
Go ahead and get comfortable. I'm going to talk for a little bit.
You're listening to Cabbie Presents, the podcast.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for the click and the download on iTunes or tsn.ca. Sorry I didn't have a conversation for you last week. I got caught up in the edit suite, chopping up segments with the Edmonton Oilers and the Vancouver Canucks, and writing something special for a player in Winnipeg for Valentine's Day. Hope we caught those other segments on SportsCenter. If not, they live on tsn.ca/Cabbie Presents, or you can just find them on YouTube. The real Cabbie is where you find me on Twitter and Instagram, and you will enjoy this conversation as it ventures into movies, TV, music, Snoop Dogg, and Amsterdam. There's also a little sports talk as well. A very close personal friend of mine joins me in the studio, so let Cabbie Presents begin now.
If it's going to be an interview, I'm going to conduct it. So I'll answer my own questions, ask myself the questions, then give y'all the answers.
When it comes to visuals on screen, his resume in the music video world puts him in an elite class. By way of Calgary, Alberta, he emerged on the music video scene, grinding it out in the independent production route in the early millennium. Randall Thorne, a.k.a. directed by RT, a.k.a. RT, has become a multiple award winner, being recognized for his music videos in Canada and the United States. I'm pleased to have him on the podcast. Music video director and soon to be TV and film director, RT, welcome to Cabbie Presents.
What's up, brother?
I'm very good, man. Thanks for coming by. I know you're really busy this week.
Thanks for having me. Come on.
So I know
I've been trying to get up on the podcast for like 2 years straight.
The podcast has only been around for like 8 months.
Well, I was trying to get on it before when you were talking about it. I was like, yeah, man, that's a great idea.
Okay, fine. Okay, yeah. Well, welcome. I'm glad that we finally synced. Okay, so you're here. Okay, we're going to get to your current project, which is Alive with Shawn Desman and a host of actors and performers. Yep. We'll get to that in a little bit.
Cool.
But, okay, so for people that don't know you physically, I describe you as you're like 5'2" and 107 pounds. It's like you could. I don't know if
your listeners do know that you are prone to talk a lot of smack, right? They know that, right?
No. This is.
They know it's not fact.
There
right?
at times this has been a fact-free podcast, at times, but this is not fact-free. Okay, so I don't know. Did they offer you a role in the movie Secretariat? You and Kevin, you and E from Entourage.
Yeah. No, I mean it was tight running, but I did not make it in that.
They didn't offer you a role?
Nah, man. No.
Listen, I know you ride thoroughbreds. We've been friends for a long time, and you're thoroughbred.
I have been known to.
Your thoroughbred game is legit.
I have been known to win a few races.
Right, so a few derbies. Like
yeah.
Like the only dudes you're competing with are like Saudi princes that have like a gajillion dollars. And they get the finest specimens.
Very true.
Europe has to offer.
Very true. But I went over. I checked out the competition. I went to Dubai, talked to a couple of sheikhs over there.
You were actually in Dubai, right?
Yeah. We went over there last year.
So. You and Hus?
Yeah, me and Hussein Madhavji.
What'd you guys do there?
Stuff that will remain.
What is that? It's not Vegas. I mean, is it the Vegas of the East?
It is the Vegas of the East. It absolutely is the Vegas of the East. That's where all the, the one interesting fact that came out of that trip was we were talking to a couple of guys, and they were saying that, that's that's where a lot of like money gets laundered. Like Eastern European gangsters go there and open up businesses and stuff and launder a lot of money in there, and then just party out there. You know what I mean?
In Dubai?
In Dubai, bro.
See, I know that, like, I think Macau, and I believe, and I think the world's biggest casino is in Macau.
Yeah,
and I'm not certain if Macau, my geography is poor, and I apologize. I believe Macau is in Singapore or it's in Hong Kong. It's one of the two. But I know those are Vegas style.
Yeah, you know what I should say. I don't know if it's really a Vegas style town in terms of gambling. I mean, when we were there, I don't even think I saw any like casinos. But it's just like it's Vegas in size, like epic. Like everything is extra large. Everything, all the hotels are like underwater with like a shark in your bedroom or something like that. It's like crazy. It's crazy. So, I think it's a wonderland for extremely rich people, and they discovered that I had no money and they threw me out. So,
how did that work out?
It's really, what's really funny is like you get there, and as soon as you get there, it's like, retina scan, like.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, no. You can't. You can't get in the country unless you get a retina scan.
In real life?
I'm dead serious.
No, you're not.
100%.
Are you serious?
100%.
Like that? Like, okay, so for Americans, I imagine that like some people travel with those Nexus cards. Canadians are very familiar with the Nexus card because every time we go to the United States, there's like that short Nexus line at the airport. You wish you would like to take that line because there's nobody ever in it, and you get through customs quickly. But when you go to Dubai, you actually have to take a retina scan, like on some Minority Report-ish.
Absolutely. They won't even let you in the country.
Wow. Is that frightening?
It was a little weird.
It's a little unnerving.
It was a little weird, yeah, because it's like you go there.
Did you know this beforehand?
Nah. No, I didn't. And I cussed out Hussein for not telling me. You know what I mean? He has family over there, so it was just like, dude, why don't you tell me I'm like now permanently in like Big Brother is watching me? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
They knew what you did. So
Yeah.
and if you go back, you may not actually want to go back.
Yeah.
Like you may not even be able to fly over the country.
Yeah, that's very true. It's possible.
So I don't know if you heard this story, but Ashton Kutcher, he is playing, and I know you're a big Apple guy. I'm an Apple guy too. He's playing Steve Jobs. And in order to immerse himself in the role, he became what is called a fruitarian. And he just had a diet of fruits and nuts, and he was trying to live the way that Steve Jobs did. But then 2 days before filming, he was hospitalized for pancreatic problems. And he said he was telling Us Weekly he doubled over in pain, and his pancreatic levels were completely out of whack, which is completely terrifying. So
that would seem to suggest that my current diet, which is, as you know, is anything that is processed possible. Anything. Like I'll eat processed boxes. You know what I'm saying? That would seem to suggest that I don't have anything to worry about from pancreatic cancer because, the dude's eating all, vegetables and fruits, all that stuff that you're on now.
Fruits and nuts and seeds.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he has pancreatic problems.
Yeah.
I should just stick to Big Macs and.
What is your diet like for those who don't know you personally? Because you and I lived together for like 7 years, and I got to see your diet on a daily basis. But please tell the listener.
Well, I'm a man of pleasure and simple pleasures, and sometimes I like to be with the people, and the people eat what the people eat. I'm not one of those foodies, those elitist foodies that you got to go to all these. Places that are serving like, friggin' ostrich burgers and all that kind of garbage. I like to eat what the people
Pelican
eat.
eggs.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So I'm fish fillet, what she order,
Right.
I'm a burger connoisseur.
No, you're not. You eat for most of your. It's McDonald's. Yeah, you're not even. There's so many like cool burger spots in Toronto. I'm sure wherever you're listening, whether you're in Winnipeg or you're in San Diego or Boston, there are like those mom and pop burger joints that absolutely smash any of the big chains.
Let me just tell you, the
with the
absolute
exception
best
of
burger that I've ever had
yeah.
is in Detroit.
Really?
No word of a lie.
What was the place called?
Red Coat Tavern.
Really? What made it the best burger ever?
The menu. I heard about this thing, through a friend, and we made a little weekend trip to go up there. A buddy of mine was playing Daniel Victor from Never Ending White Lights, a great musician. He was playing in Windsor, hop, skip, and a jump away from Detroit. So we decided to go up there, check him out, and then, of course, cross over and go check this place. And the beef
in Detroit, Michigan.
I know. It's like you're driving by like 18 square blocks of foreclosure, and then
urban decay and misery.
Yeah, and then you get to this little it's a mom and pop shop, right? It really is. It's like almost like sort of a mini keg kind of a restaurant. So it's like a family restaurant.
Okay.
And they serve other things, but as soon as you walk into the place, everybody's sitting down eating burgers. There's a lineup. There's a lineup to wait to get a burger. But it's like this beef is a certain type of cow that, apparently I'm not you. But apparently on the menu, it says that it has less body fat in the beef than chicken. I'm not joking.
So what is it? I wonder if it's one of these grass-fed. Like in South America, the beef there is grass-fed, and they say it's leaner and it's healthier, in like Brazil and Argentina and stuff like that. And that's because the beef in North America is all grain-fed, and it's grain that's been that's been modified, and so that there could be a lot of it and produced for very cheaply because as North Americans we want a lot of food. Well, Americans more than Canadians, but anyway, I don't know. I shouldn't cast aspersions on all of America because we're like the 51st state. However, we want a lot of food and we want it cheap.
Yeah.
So according to RT, who I'm in studio with, the greatest burger he's ever had was at the Red
Coat Tavern.
Red Coat Tavern in Detroit, Michigan. See, I rave about In-N-Out burgers, and I know you've been to Los Angeles a bunch of times. Have you had an In-N-Out burger?
Of course.
Yeah. And I was earlier this year. I suggested to Aaron Rodgers to follow in the footsteps entrepreneurially of Peyton Manning, who just opened 21 Papa John's pizza places.
Get out of here.
To open 21 In-N-Out burger restaurants, and In-N-Out burgers are only found in the West.
Yeah.
In the United States. It's like in 4 states. It's in Utah, oddly enough. There's a couple in Salt Lake City, Nevada, LA, and in Arizona.
The comparable burger here to an In-N-Out burger.
Are you going to say the Big Mac?
No.
Oh.
No, man. Listen, I eat the Big Mac. But, I have a taste for finer burgers. Just, I just like I said, I don't get elitist on it.
Okay.
I love eating great burgers, but I also like eating, I'm a man of the people, what the people eat. So,
what's the
comparable burger
to
In-N-Out burger here would be the Burger Priest. The Burger Priest.
Oh yeah, I think they're opening a third one on Queen Street.
Yeah.
And it's there's one on is it Avenue in Lawrence or Young in Lawrence or something like that?
Yeah, there's one up there, and then there's one. It's Queen East. It's far in the east. It's past Carla, somewhere around there.
So the Burger Priest.
Burger Priest has the same texture and the same feel as an In-N-Out.
For the longest time, Licks was the greatest burger that I've ever had. Like Licks was like the go-to when you want to spend a little bit more money for like a great burger. Licks. And I'll tell you this story. The very first date I went on in my life, I was 10. And
damn.
I had a paper route. I used to deliver
early.
Yeah, I used to deliver the Toronto Sun on Sundays, and I'd get up at 5:30.
Thundercats.
Not on Sunday. But Thundercats was on during the week though. I don't even remember what the Saturday I think The Amazing Spider-Man was a Saturday cartoon.
Yeah.
Sunday didn't really have great cartoons.
No.
Sunday I think we watched wrestling, didn't we?
Wrestling.
Yeah. So it was. I wake up at 5:30 on Sundays, and I deliver maybe like 100 Toronto Sun newspapers. Anyway. Denise, my first date, I was 10. I took Denise Salmon to the Licks on Queen Street East, and I bought fries, and I bought 2 milkshakes, and we shared the fries. And I felt like at that time I felt like what Michael J. Fox traveling in the DeLorean in Back to the Future must have felt like. Like, I just felt like the man. Or actually, you know what? Better yet, I felt like Michael J. Fox when he turned into the Teen Wolf, the wolf, playing basketball.
And then he dunked on the dude.
Right. I felt like the man. That's how I felt.
Right.
When I was at, what was your first, do you remember your first date?
Oh, man. My first date. No, I actually don't remember my first date. That's horrible. That sounds horrible.
Good old what's her face.
Clearly, I didn't get lucky.
Well, I didn't get lucky at 10,
Clearly.
but Denise. And then we went on a double date later, and we saw the movie Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure in the theater at Warden Woods Power Center. Before it was called Warden Woods, it was just called Warden Woods, and it was a double date. My friend Ty, and he was dating. I mean, this girl named Stasha.
But, you know, dating when you're that young is like walking around holding hands.
Not even like you're just walking around with the person.
Yeah.
And then I think there's like the one party where like you may kiss if you play like 7, like spin the bottle at like 11, and you might play 7 minutes in heaven. We called it 2 minutes in the closet or 7 minutes in heaven, but 2 minutes in the closet was like we all had ADD, so we're like, all right, enough of this, and we didn't even do anything in the closet, but whatever. Yesterday or a couple days ago, the Miami Heat were in the White House, and President Barack Obama, just super smooth, just really funny. He's engaging. He's just a dude.
Yeah,
like he's just the man. He's one of the kings of Earth, along with George Clooney and Michael Jordan and David Beckham and Tom Brady, etc. Probably Will Smith. I don't know if Will's on there. Will's probably on there. DiCaprio and Brad Pitt.
DiCaprio's there, yeah.
So LeBron, for people who haven't seen this clip, so before like Obama says he speaks for like 7 minutes, and then it's kind of he was gonna say, I guess, thank you, and then LeBron's like, can I say something? So, and then LeBron is like, all he says is, we in the White House. We in the White House, man.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
I was like, really, dude? That's what you came with? You thought about this all day. And even when you're watching President Barack Obama address the congregation and say these wonderful things about your team, and he's dropping like jokes about Westbrook and Durant and all this kind of stuff, and even playing, basketball at his birthday party, that's what you come up with? Is we in the White House?
You know what to me, you know what it looked like? I mean, and maybe I'm not aware if they have like a previous relationship, but it really looked like LeBron was a little shook. Like it looked like he was like on the spot, because the way that he was, like the way that he looks in that clip, he doesn't look like he's not even looking at Barack. Like he's kind of looking away and looking at his buddies, like, hoping for some, some encouragement or something. It looked like he was, wanted to say something, but then got like, starstruck or something. Like, if you see like, Denzel Washington or something like that, and he's like, all right, go ahead and say something. And you're like, Denz. That's what it seemed like to me, because he like quickly turned away and ran back into the back, like gave somebody a pound, like. Yeah,
because he said something freaking stupid. I mean, it wasn't stupid, but like, you're sitting there, and that's the best you could come up with. Like, look, we get it, LeBron. We know you're the face of the Miami Heat, and you'd be like, can I say something? Like, no one interjects. You're speaking with the President of the United States. Can I say something? Cool. What poignant and brilliant thing do you have to say, LeBron James?
Yeah.
Mom, I made it.
Yeah, make sure you got something to say. If you're asked to say something, make sure you got something to say.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he got caught up in the moment or whatever. I'm not excusing him, because then like 13 seconds later, D Wade is just so smooth.
Yeah, he was mad smooth.
He's so smooth. He comes in with the Obama jersey, with the 44, because he's the 44th president of the United States. And, D Wade just, addresses his teammates or the coaching staff like, do we have another 10-day contract? We could sign up for a 10-day. And then and Obama's like,
yeah, you guys, you need a shooter.
You need a shooter.
You need a shooter.
Or a point guard.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like that. That's the moment. That's amazing. But LeBron is like, hey, Mom, I made it. Like, we're in the White House. I think he met President Barack Obama before. I know Obama had a basketball game at the White House where I believe Chris Paul was there. I believe like a bunch of like NBA players were there. So I don't think that was the first time they met, but I was like,
maybe it was the first time he actually got to speak in public with him, right?
Yeah, but
that's something else,
yeah,
right?
True,
like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, the microphone's up on you and everybody's looking, and you know. But again, like you said, then don't ask to say something. You know what I mean? If you don't have something prepared, don't. You know, I'm not gonna step up and, hey, Brock, just let me say something, bro. And then
I know you're the president of the United States, but my team is the best in the world. Which actually, I'm gonna get to Beyonce in a second. Yeah. You have so right around the corner. I'm speaking with RT, who's a music video director, and he's got a special project coming out on Much Music on February the 5th or February the 8th.
It is February the 5th.
February 5th at 8 p.m.
At no, it's at 7 p.m.
Jeez, I don't know anything.
Yeah,
okay, so we're gonna get to that project in a second. I'm with RT. Now, since so to give some people some background, we've lived together. We're both students at Ryerson. We took radio and TV, and in our second year, the summer leading into second year, I lived with you and your mom, and I just annoyed your mom for 4 months.
Well, let's set the record straight. You just stayed over one day. I think we went out partying or something. You just crashed on the couch, and then it just extended into like a whole summer.
And then it became 4 whole months.
Yeah.
So
but to my mom's credit, like she didn't mind. She was just started giving you chores. You know what I'm saying? Like,
which I hated.
Yeah, it was as though he just was some new piece of furniture or something. And then she's like, all right, well, you need to do some work.
Well, since you weren't doing it in chores, they got lumped on me, like cutting the grass and cleaning the windows.
That's the price you got to pay.
Yeah, but that's you being the kid, and she's gonna take it easy on you because you're the baby. And
easy. You know my mom didn't take it. I was doing chores.
What chores did you do?
You didn't have to clean any toilets, did you? While you were there, I had to clean the toilets. My mom, you had to go cut the lawn.
Yeah, I had to do the hard stuff. Cut the lawn, clean and then rake the lawn, and then clean the windows and wash the dishes.
Yeah, she knows I can't do none of that.
So in our second year, we started living together just across the street from Ryerson here in Toronto. And we started throwing these Oscar parties where
the famous 40 Gerard.
Right, the 803 was nicknamed the Lovenasium.
Lovenasium.
Yeah. What a beautiful little setup. Yeah. So we had these Oscar parties, I think maybe starting in like 99, and we had like your high school television. Right. So it was like a 20-inch TV. Right. Okay, this is like 20-inch TV, like on this little stand, and we had like a small little apartment, and we'd have like 14 people in that little hot as like friggin' a sauna, and like 14 people. Like there weren't enough like space. You had to get there early to get a space to sit down.
There wasn't even seats. There was no seats. It was just space on the floor.
We had a futon, a couch, and like a chair at the desk.
Yeah, and one chair.
And there was a beanbag chair.
Yeah, we did.
It was total college, university living. Like every university student that's lived out of, on their own at school. I believe, I'm going to say, this is a made-up stat, but I'm going to say it's 96% of the student population that lives away from home has had a beanbag chair at some point.
Without question.
Yeah.
Without question.
And I don't even know if they sell them at IKEA, because that was like, IKEA is like the destination for every student. Yeah. I'm sure 100% of students living away from home own something from IKEA. From IKEA. Yeah. And I'm a grown man, and I still have stuff from IKEA, and I don't know if I should admit that.
Nah, that's not bad. That's not bad.
I mean, there comes a point where I got to get grown-up stuff, I think. And I don't even know what the grown-up stores are.
Well, that's because the grown-up stores they're not like big chains.
Right, they're like CB2, like on Queen and Bathurst there. Yeah, like those designer, where everything is like $3,800. Like $3,800 for the table?
Yeah, but this is the thing, right? And you go to those stores when your wife tells you to go to those stores.
Right.
Right? Because grown-ass men, just be truthful, we ain't living that stylish. You know what I'm saying? It's really when a woman comes into your life and takes over your life, and then she starts telling you, "Oh, we can't use that table. We got to get matching table to the friggin' tablecloth."
Yes.
And then all of a sudden you're shopping at those places and you're spending $3,000.
Yeah, man.
On a stool. On a teak stool.
Yeah, like I can get a stool at IKEA for $19.
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna buy 30 candles for another $3 at the cash, a lint roller, and maybe a set of frames, 4x6 frames for another $4 that I'll never use.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they just sit on the side with no pictures in them.
So at this Oscar party, and I was introduced to Alicia Keys at our Oscar party because you worked with her at
Smoke Show.
Much Music way back in the day.
What up, Alicia?
And she's coming to you still carry on the tradition of the Oscar party.
Oscar parties, yeah.
Is it still $2 to enter?
Oh yeah. Nah, forget inflation, man. we keep it early millennium.
So so someone walks away with a jackpot of what, like $28, $32 at these Oscar parties?
26.
26 depending on attendance.
Depending on attendance, yeah. Definitely.
How many of the Best Picture nominated movies have you seen this year?
I have seen. I think there's 9 this year. I've seen 7 of them.
So I'm just gonna do Oscar picks. I wish I had some imaging or some music. Okay. Oscar picks with RT. Okay, so Best Picture nods. Okay, we'll go Best Picture to Best Director.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Best Picture should come last because that's like the big one.
Yeah, that is.
Okay, we'll go in reverse order. We'll go with Best Actress in a Supporting Role. Now, I'm not sure if you've seen these actresses in these movies, but give me your favorite performance of the ones that you've seen. I don't even know if you've seen these. Okay, Amy Adams in The Master, Sally Field in Lincoln, Anne Hathaway in Les Miserables, Helen Hunt in The Sessions, and Jackie Weaver in Silver Linings Playbook.
Okay, so I've seen most of those. I haven't seen The Sessions.
Okay.
But
wait, you saw Les Mis?
Yeah.
Wow, you really are a film dude.
Tom Hooper, man.
I know, but yeah, like
director.
The King's Speech is one thing.
Yeah.
But like a musical?
Yeah, but that's the thing. I don't discriminate because of the type of film that it is. I like, I think.
Yeah, but a musical.
Yeah, but listen, dude, I'm a director, so I go see things from directors that I like.
Fair
enough.
What I
mean?
Okay,
and they're trying new things. I'll go check it out. So I thought it was interesting. But
wait, does Anne Hathaway if Anne Hathaway spends, let's say, 80% of sex, love, and other drugs completely naked in 80% naked in that movie, how many % naked is she in Les Mis? 0% naked?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a 0% chance that I'm watching that movie. Okay, Best Actress in a Supporting Role.
Supporting actress, I gotta, Amy Adams.
She's awesome.
Amy Adams have you seen The Master?
I have not seen The Master.
Like, masterful performance from Amy. Like she, she's in there with 2 heavyweights. She's in there with Joaquin and Philip Seymour, right? But she holds her own, man. She's like, you think she's gonna just be sort of the wife, and she just sort of, she really puts her foot down in it and sort of takes over. So it's a really good performance there from her. She's dope in it.
Best Actor in a Supporting Role: Alan Arkin in Argo, Robert De Niro in Silver Linings Playbook, Philip Seymour Hoffman in The Master, Tommy Lee Jones in Lincoln, Christopher Waltz in Django Unchained.
That's a heavy category.
Those are some heavy. They're all legends.
They are.
Well, Christopher Waltz isn't quite a legend yet, but if his trajectory remains the same, he will be a legend in North American circles because he was a television actor in Germany.
I feel like they might be all Oscar winners. I feel like maybe not.
I think
Alan
they are.
Arkin.
Yeah, they are.
Is it Alan Arkin?
Alan Arkin won for what's the movie, Little Miss Sunshine?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he won. He won Best Supporting Actor. Yeah, they are all.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a powerful category.
That's a heavy category.
Okay,
I gotta give it to De Niro, man.
Really?
I love De Niro in Silver Linings Playbook.
Okay.
I thought he was dope, man. You know what? It's like, it's been a while. De Niro gets that respect because he's De Niro.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like...
Actually, De Niro, I put De Niro in the Kings of Earth. He's like an OG.
He is an OG.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if anybody can tell Jay-Z basically off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just...
You never called me back. I called you like 6 times.
Yeah.
You have no respect.
Yeah. And Jay-Z's like, he's like, nah, there's no, that's just rude.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jay-Z just walked off.
Beyonce tried to come in to defend him.
He's like, no.
He's like, these are grown men speaking here.
He's like,
sweetheart.
no, you. You get out of here. Tell your man he's rude. So I got to give it to De Niro. De Niro, you know, what's dope about him is he gets that respect just because he's De Niro. But in this movie, he doesn't play De Niro. He doesn't do the De Niro face. Why?
Like that face from like Analyze This.
You can't not do the De Niro face. It's his face.
You're right.
Right? But
or Meet the Parents, which is brilliant.
But he doesn't just play that character. Like he plays a neurotic. He's a gambling junkie. Like,
oh, okay.
It's really interesting, and he he's heartfelt in it too. He's got he plays it well. It's dope.
Best actress in a leading role: Jessica Chastain in Zero Dark 30, Jennifer Lawrence in Silver Linings Playbook, Emmanuel Riva. Oh, I don't know this. Oh,
Amour.
Amour, and then what's the young actress's name from? I
can't pronounce the name. Man.
Beast of the
starts
Southern.
With a Q, though.
Beast of the Southern Wild.
I can't pronounce.
I don't know how to pronounce her. I think it's Kavanjane Wallace and Naomi Watts.
Yeah, she's
like 6 or 7, right?
I think she's like 9 now.
Oh, okay.
I think she's 9. But.
Okay, so your pick for according to RT, music video director, the best actress in a leading role this year is?
This one was tough. This was tough, man. I'll probably. I think the Academy will pick Emmanuel Riva
for Amour.
Yeah.
You think enough voters have seen that movie? Amour, I should say. We are, shout out to French people. I don't want to disrespect your language, so Amour.
Yeah. I think when I look at the category, you know how the Academy sometimes does these things where they kind of give somebody their due, and they, if you look at the rest of the category, those are all like first-time nominees for the most part. So I think that they're gonna choose. I think they're gonna choose her. I will say my favorite performance was Jen Lawrence in Silver Linings.
Wow.
And I mean, shout out to Little Miss. What's her name?
I think it's Kavanjane Wallace. I think I'm saying it. I know I'm saying it wrong.
Kavanjane. I mean, her performance was great for a little girl. She was just unreal. She was just unreal. But I don't think she's gonna win. And I don't think Jen Lawrence is going to win, but I think Jen Lawrence was great. She was great in Silver Lining.
Best actor in a leading role: Bradley Cooper in from.
Supporting? You want to do? Oh, you did supporting. Okay,
yeah. We got Bradley Cooper from Silver Linings Playbook, who I think that dude should just stay single for the next. I'm gonna say 10 to 12 years.
100%.
Like get a wife at. I think he's like 38. Get a wife at like 50.
Yeah, his stock is
crazy. Like I saw the dude I was watching some of the pregame. I gotta call it pregame. I don't even know the SAG Awards, and
right.
He was doing a mindless interview with Bill, the apprentice, the second apprentice is like his wife. She got a
TV show, right?
Yeah. Oh, jeez. She has like a small head.
Yeah.
Not quite like Beetlejuice,
right.
But like I think her name starts with a G. Anyway, but like, so I was watching with my girl and her roommate, and the roommate was just like, it was just soup.
Right.
She was just liquid, just like, yeah, Bradley. And then they spoke French. It's over.
Wow.
Okay, so Bradley Cooper, Daniel Day-Lewis in Lincoln, Hugh Jackman in Les Mis, Joaquin Phoenix in The Master, and Denzel Washington in Flight. The best actor in a leading role, according to RT, is?
For me, it was Denzel. I love Denzel in Flight, man. I loved him in Flight. I thought, except, for some of the same reasons that I like De Niro, I thought that Denzel didn't play Denzel. And I thought he let go of some of his Denzel-isms and really played this really screwed up alcoholic, like liar, you know what I mean? I thought that was.
He was a bad guy.
He was,
bad guy.
Yeah, like straight up, I mean, they don't really try to hide it. I mean, he jumps on a plane, and he's drunk and high, and he's piloting a plane of 160 or 190 people.
I wonder if they're gonna show that movie on planes.
There's no way. That the first 30 minutes of that movie is like I make stuff. I'm a filmmaker.
Yes.
Okay, so I know the tricks. I know when they shaking the camera and nothing's happening. that first 30 minutes, I was holding my seat in the theater.
Really?
Like I was like,
you were that gripped.
I was that gripped by that that crash sequence. It was insane. It was insane.
I wonder if they're just like if Delta or Air Canada or United or whatever they put, or WestJet, they put that movie on planes. If they're just tempting the universe, they're like, yeah, universe, what's up? We're just gonna show this friggin' movie.
Not a chance. And you know what? They can't play that on movies. Like there's lots of nudity. The first shot is like
great shot.
Amazing.
We won't ruin it, but it's a great opening shot.
Amazing opening shot. But I think, just for the record, I think Daniel Day will win it. I think Daniel Day will win his second one. Second or third? Third.
DDL won for My Left Foot, and he won for... Did he win for There Will Be Blood?
I feel like he did.
I Drink Your Milkshake.
I think he did.
I'm not sure. I'll have to check that out. Okay, Best Director. The director of, I apologize, not that they're going to listen to this podcast. We're going to mess up these names. Best, okay, Amour, Michael Haneke, okay, Beast of the Southern Wild, Ben Zeitlin,
Mm-hmm.
Life of Pi, Ang Lee, Silver Linings Playbook, David O. Russell, and Lincoln, Steven Spielberg. The best director, according to RT, is?
David O. Russell.
Wow, that's, wait, you have Jennifer Lawrence and Bradley Cooper. Oh, no, you didn't put Bradley. Okay, Jennifer Lawrence
and
De Niro winning Oscars for Silver Linings Playbook, and you have the director. Wow, that's quite a...
This is, again, this is like my fantasy league, right? This isn't like, there's no way that the Academy is going to follow this. Like, they're going to probably give it to Steven Spielberg or something like that. Like, but I thought David O. Russell just killed that movie. I think it was a really interesting balancing act. Yeah, anybody go see that movie... First of all, it's just a dope movie, but it's about somebody who just got out of mental institution. He's a little half crazy, and he's deluded himself. He's trying to get back his girl, and it's not gonna happen. That kind of type of thing. And then but everybody in his life is actually a little crazy too, and it's a real interesting balancing act because it could have been a really cheesy romantic comedy, but it's not. It's a real interesting balancing act, and it's a great movie. It's funny and it's dope. So
Daniel Day-Lewis could be the fifth actor, to win 3 Oscars, which would then put him 7 behind Meryl Streep.
Sheryl Crow.
Yeah, Sheryl Crow.
Yeah.
What was
Meryl
her,
Streep.
Yeah. What was her big song? All I Want to Do is, which leads me then to Lance Armstrong, and that's a whole other conversation. Okay, Best Picture. Yeah. There are 9 Best Pictures, and the Best Picture, according to RT, is, here are your categories: Amour, Argo, Beast of the Southern Wild, Django Unchained, Les Miserables, Life of Pi, Lincoln, Silver Linings Playbook, and Zero Dark 30. Your pick for Best Picture at the 2013 Academy Awards is
Silver Lining Playbook.
Okay, that's like almost a sweep. It's almost a sweep for you.
Yeah. You know what? I loved
really over like Zero Dark 30 and Lincoln.
I liked Zero Dark 30. I liked Lincoln.
A lot of people liked Django Unchained, and Argo's getting like crazy recognition.
I didn't love Argo.
Really?
A lot of people loved Argo.
I loved Argo.
I thought it was alright.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was okay. Yeah,
it was a great thriller.
It was a good thriller. It was a good thriller, but you know what?
Well acted.
It was very well acted, but you know what? It's like, how I was just saying how with Flight, I got lost in it.
Yeah.
Right, and I didn't get lost in Argo. Like,
really?
Yeah,
that is surprising.
Like near the ending, when and I don't want to give this away.
Wait, spoiler alert. So just fast forward about 2 minutes.
Yeah, I ain't gonna take that long.
Okay.
But go ahead, 2 minutes anyways. Near the end, when they're trying to catch them before they leave the country, I just started seeing director tricks. Like, I just started like, and then somebody drops a paper in front of the guy and he has to bend down and get it and stop, and the guards run into that guy. You know what I mean? It was like, it just seemed to be like, a bunch of these things that was allowing them to get away, and it seemed a little too
contrived.
A little bit. Listen, I liked the movie. I can't I'm not just taking a big dump on the movie. It's a dope movie, okay? But everybody seems to love it, and I was like, I guess, I do feel bad for Ben Affleck. I think it was quite a challenge for a director to do what he did, for sure, and I think he should have got a nomination for directing it. But I don't think it's the best picture. Ben Affleck,
his this 3-movie stretch.
Yeah, he's a star.
It's like for actors turned directors, which there aren't that many. I'm drawing a blank, but I think of Clooney. I think of Robert Redford. I think of Woody Allen, which Woody Allen's more of a writer, director, and he acts in his movies, but I wouldn't, not an actor first.
Yeah.
Like these 3 movies, Gone Baby Gone, The Town, and now Argo. Like you can put those up against any of like Clooney's movies or Redford. Maybe not Robert Redford. I can't think of his. And like not just 3 movies, but 3 consecutive movies, which is the qualifier.
Which is that's the thing.
That's a great run.
That is a great run, and that's the type of thing that you equate it to sports. You win a championship, like great. That's great for you and great for your team. You do it twice, you're cemented. You're like, all right, cool. You do it 3 times, you're a champion.
Yeah,
like you're a champion, like legitimate, right? So he's got 3 solid, like 8-9 movies. You know what I mean? 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 movies. All those movies are that good.
Speaking of champions, the Super Bowl 47.
Yeah.
It's about to take place in New Orleans, and the halftime performer is Beyonce. There's a prop bet whether or not Jay-Z will show up in the performance. I mean, this is the halftime show. There's over 100 million people tuned in to the Super Bowl. The ratings just keep climbing. I'm not sure. This one's not a huge draw. San Francisco and Baltimore, like last year, it was New England versus, it's Boston and New York,
Right.
First of all, who do you have in the Super Bowl? Do you have Baltimore or do you have San Francisco?
I'll go San Fran.
San Fran?
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of digging San Fran too. Mm-hmm. And the reason is because even like I'm a Tennessee Titans fan, and we had to face Ray Lewis and the Baltimore Ravens a bunch of times, and they beat us a few times.
Yeah.
Or us beat the Titans, and I really had a hate on for Ray Lewis. And Randy Moss has one of the top 10 greatest interview comments of all time when he was approached about paying a fine when he was with the Minnesota Vikings, and just these reporters just caught him in the parking lot and like, hey Randy, how you gonna pay that fine? He's like, straight cash, homie, straight cash. And he's like, what's $10,000 to me? Straight cash, homie. That is one of the greatest clips ever. So there was a story about J.J. Redick, who plays for the Orlando Magic, and he recalled a couple days ago his wife Chelsea made him go to a Justin Bieber concert, which he does not have Bieber fever.
Right.
But
he doesn't.
Right. But he said, as many men do quote, happy wife, happy life.
Right.
What is the concert that you had to go to please a young lady in your life? Is there one?
Well, this is probably why I'm not married, because unhappy wife means no wife.
Right.
I mean, no, most of the concerts that I went to, I just wanted to go to. You know what I mean? And so I never got forced to go see, Dave Matthews Band or something like that.
or like not Taylor Swift. What are like Faith Hill or?
Oh no, hell no.
Or
no.
Dave Matthews Band's pretty fine. And Dave Matthews Band has a huge following.
Don't get me wrong, they're talented as all hell, but just not my thing for sure.
I once had to go to, and actually I didn't mind. It was an Alicia Keys concert, maybe 10 years ago.
Oh, what are you talking about?
And it was
Alicia
actually
Keys,
I like Alicia Keys. That's probably the closest thing to. One time I did see and this is not because I was with a girl. I was actually with my producer Dave, but we went to a New Kids on the Block concert.
So you were pleasing Dave?
No, it wasn't pleasing Dave. It just
the concert?
No, it was not pleasing Dave at the concert. It just reminded me of going to a concert that I wasn't really crazy about going to, but we were invited by Donnie Wahlberg, who somehow was a fan of.
Oh, what the hell? That's his brother's in that, or he is that?
He's Donnie.
He's
in the group. Yeah, and he's like the leader of the group.
Yeah,
and it was like 20,000 women, varying ages from like 17 to
Cougarville.
like 51,
yeah,
and they just owned it. And Dave and
Snow Leopardville.
Yeah, what is after? Is it? I think don't we just follow like Apple operating systems, like whatever the name of the operating systems are.
I ain't messing with no mountain lion.
I ain't messing. It's whatever's after. Yeah, so just Jaguar, whatever's after Cougar. And I don't even know. I just know 35. Past 35, after 35, you considered a Cougar, I think.
Yeah.
And then like 45.
When they start getting that kind of raspy voice, to get that raspy voice at like after like 43 or something.
It's that no, oh my gosh, it's that Kathleen Turner, like Romancing the Stone voice.
Once you get that voice, now you're a snow leopard. You're a snow leopard. Yeah.
So I'm here with in studio with director RT on Twitter. It's directed by RT. On Instagram, it's also directed by RT.
Yep. Branding.
In your experience, so who are some of the artists that you've worked with that you've shot some of their music videos?
I mean, I've been really fortunate to have built a little career here in Canada and shot with most of the Canadian artists that have dotted the landscape in this industry. So, from Shawn Desman, Simple Plan, Mariana's Trench, some of these guys, Cardinal Official, good friend, anybody who's kind of made a little bit of a mark.
Simple
here,
Plan?
I've had something. Yeah.
Did you say that already?
Yes.
Sorry.
I've had a little bit of some business with them, so it's been great. And then south of the border, got a great opportunities over there. Work with some of the legends, Talib Kweli and Snoop Dogg. Shout out to Snoop.
How many times did you work with Snoop?
We did 2 projects together. We did 2 things together. Probably the most memorable was going to Amsterdam with Snoop. Going to Amsterdam to shoot I Drink, I Smoke with another good Canadian artist, a guy named Belly, and him and Snoop did a track, and as soon as I heard the track, I'm like, we need to go to Amsterdam.
Did you actually? That was your?
Yeah, I was like, we need to go there.
Well, because is it about the Mary Jane?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
The song is called "I Drink, I Smoke."
Okay, right. So it's
just.
So they agreed, and you went to Amsterdam.
We went to Amsterdam.
Okay, so tell the story. Okay, so you hear this track. Does it get sent to you?
Yeah. So Belly recorded this track, and he's like, "Yo, I'm gonna get Snoop on this track," and so he played me the song actually first before Snoop was on it. And so right from the get-go, I was like, all right, this is crazy, and I can't imagine when Snoop jumps on here, because they had actually done we did a previous video for those guys.
Which is called Hot Girl?
Hot Girl, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So, and then, Snoop jumps on, and I'm like, we got to go to Amsterdam. There's nowhere else we can go. You got to go there. And so everybody's like, all right, we're just going to make it happen. And then for a bit, it didn't look like it was going to happen, actually. Snoop had some conflicts. We couldn't make
Like his passport?
No, you know what? This is my thing. I think Snoop is on like how like they have like a no-fly list. I think Snoop has like a passport to the world. I think he's like Snoop somehow is in that weird place where like government's like, is Snoop Dogg? That's Snoop Dogg. Come in. Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's weird because the dude rolls into spot like everybody knows what Snoop's doing. Everybody knows what Snoop's doing. Snoop's on the plane probably smoking. When Snoop comes into your country, it's, you know what I'm saying? So
right.
I just think that for whatever reason, Snoop is he's going down in history now as a music icon. He is no longer a rapper or a whatever. You know what I mean? He is now an icon. He is, when they look back in the history books, it's going to be Snoop Dogg. You know what I mean? in same breath as, not that he is at the level of like a Michael Jackson or a Madonna or a whatever, but he has crossed this line into being just an icon of music.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
So I just think when you hit that level, I think they just know what you're up to, man. Just, whatever, man. Just go ahead, Snoop. Just don't cause too much trouble.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
so Snoop, there was a chance that he wasn't able to make the shoot. So what turned it around?
It was, in true Snoop fashion, it was like
he was above the clouds.
Yeah, basically.
When you talk to Snoop on the phone, does smoke come out of your earpiece? It's like just fumes. Just like you can smell it on your phone.
You almost feel like that. It's like, yeah, nephew. But apparently he just had a spur of the moment like hookup deal that he hooked up, and that he was gonna go do a series of concerts over there, and it turned on a dime. Like we were gonna shoot it like 2 weeks from the time that we were talking about it. We were just gonna shoot it in town and hopefully have him fly up, or I was gonna fly down to LA to shoot him there. And then out of the blue, we just got this call, and he's like, I got a couple of concerts over there, so let's just make it happen. So all right, cool. We just jumped on a plane like within 4 days and went over there. And
so how do you do you have like a set? I mean, it takes a lot of planning to shoot a music video.
Yeah.
But it's not like, unless you shoot one of those videos like this is a day in the life and you're just walking around with this person.
Yeah. I mean, and those are very particular videos. I always like to, especially when I get to work with somebody like Snoop. There's one thing I hate videos where, if an artist is featured on a track, and then they just shoot that artist like separately, like
somewhere else.
They shoot him in like against a wall behind his studio, and, and then they just cut it into the video. I always think that looks so cheap, and I just think it's horrible. So I always want to incorporate, the artist that's featured in a track into a concept, so that people know, okay, yeah, they got together and they actually shot this idea. You know what I mean? So. Which kind of didn't really work out with this one, because we were just on the plane. We're going over there. I'm trying to think about all these scenarios that I can put Snoop in over in Amsterdam, and then when we got over there, his time was really limited. So quite literally, like, this is how Snoop rolls. It's like we had to go set up this big. So they have the big Amsterdam sign, right? So I'm like, we got to get this sign. Like this is the iconic, for Western audiences. That's the iconic,
of course,
part, you know what I mean? Like everybody goes there to take pictures.
Like when you go to Vegas, there's in front of the Vegas sign.
Correct,
that sort of thing. Okay.
Correct. So we're like, all right, we're gonna do this thing. We're gonna do a performance in front of here. I set up all these smoke machines and stuff coming out of it, whatnot. We weren't supposed to be there. It was like, it was illegal. We weren't supposed to be there. Like, you're supposed to get a permit and all this stuff.
It was illegal, like all your other activity. Actually, no, that other activity is legal there, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Continue.
Definitely. So Amsterdam's like, as much as it's illegal to go shoot something there, I mean, there's 150 things that are illegal in that country, and nobody cares. So we just set this whole thing up, and it's freezing cold actually, and we're just sitting there waiting for Snoop. And basically, like, it's like, normally in a video, it's like you set up your whole thing, and the artist is on set, and they get whatever they get, and then you call them out. With this thing, it was like Snoop don't want to wait, so he's not waiting. So y'all waiting for Snoop. So all right, cool. So we set up the whole thing. I got like models standing out there and like next to nothing. We fire off some.
Wait, you found like Dutch models?
Oh hell yeah! Oh come on, man!
Like how?
What do you mean how?
Well, I don't know. You're in Europe. Like, how do you even know? Where do you even start looking for? You just go to the mall?
No, man. No. Look. You just anywhere that you go, when you set up for a video, you're gonna have a production liaison over there, and that person basically is a pimp, and they're basically gonna have a bunch of girls that
He's like a club promoter.
Yeah, exactly. yeah. I'm a production liaison. Yeah, whatever you say. Yeah. Come to Club Paradise. So he, and I mean, like I said, with Snoop, he's an icon. So you just mentioned, we're doing Snoop Dogg. We had girls banging down the door, to try to be in the video. They just want to be in it.
Okay, so you're waiting for Snoop.
So waiting for Snoop.
But you're also, but in the time you're waiting for Snoop, you're just looking at these very attractive girls.
Oh yeah. Shot many shots that didn't make the video.
Is that footage on your home computer?
Yes. So
send me some via WeTransfer.
Most definitely. So whatever. So we waiting for Snoop. Snoop pulls up. You know, I go say what's up to him, and you know, I tell him the scenario. I'm thinking, you know, we're just gonna fire off a couple of performances and stuff. He's like, "It's all good, nephew. You just tell me what to do." I'm like, "All right, cool. So you know, we'll get you out now."
What did Snoop smell like when he showed up?
I mean, there's so much weed smoke in the air. You have no idea. You know what I mean? It's not even a question. You know.
So your body and your senses, your sense of smell is just it's over. So it becomes accustomed to the Mary Jane.
Oh, for sure. I mean, in Amsterdam, it's you know, it's everywhere. Right?
Yeah. So like, it's not even a smog indexed in Amsterdam on the weather. It's like it's the green index.
There's a reason that everybody's so friendly over there. That there's food every like 3 or 4 feet. there's vending machines with burgers in it. Like literally.
In real life?
In real life.
Come on. Are you serious?
Dead serious.
Wow. Yeah. Doritos just must go off the shelves in Amsterdam. Okay, so Snoop arrives and he's ready to shoot. He's like, "No worries, nephew, let's do it."
Yeah, let's do it. So he's like, "All right, cool." He jumps out. You know, and Snoop's kind of like a one-take wonder. He looks like he's done so many features on tracks that he sometimes doesn't remember all of his lyrics.
Of course, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he's just like, "Give me 2 seconds," goes on his BlackBerry, starts looking up the things. All right. Okay, cool. Okay, let's go. Roll camera. Boom. Jumps out. Does his thing. Smoking. Jumps back in the truck. Right? One-take wonder. I was like, "Yo, Snoop, let me get one more. Let me get another lens on it." He's like, all right, go, let's go. So he set up the lens. Boom, boom. He's in his.
So wait, he was ready to leave after one take?
After one take. He just,
oh my God.
He jumps out, does his thing, dances with some girls, jumps back in his truck. So I was like, "Yo, let me get one more." He's like, "All right, cool." So he comes out, does that. He's like, "You want one more?" He's like, "I wasn't feeling that one. You want one more?" I'm like, "Yeah, cool." So we get one more. He's like, "Okay, gotta go, nephew." I'm like, "All right, cool." 3 takes, boom.
Wow. So that was like legit. Well, so he was literally there for what, like 8 minutes?
He was probably there for all told, probably about 17 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. But then, you know what? I mean, he's you know, Snoop is, you know, he gives you that kind of performance that is like, he can't screw it up, right? He comes with the proper energy. He comes with that Snoop swag that, you know, everything you get is gold with him. He's so used to the camera that he just hits his lines on certain things, you know, like certain lines. He knows you're going to use that part in the video. He knows you're going to do it. So he's that good. And then afterwards, you know, to me, the highlight of the trip was just seeing how Snoop operates in Snoop land. Like when he does a concert, that shit was crazy. Like Snoop just like, he had a concert that night. He's like, "Come to the concert." Me and Belly and some of the other guys, we rolled on, and he's just in this. He's just, you know, I think the venue had like 3,000 people or something like that. He was just DJing, truthfully.
Really?
He was just DJing, yeah.
So where were you? Okay, so I'm here with director RT, and the music video he's referring to is called "I Drink, I Smoke" with Canadian artist Belly featuring Snoop Dogg. So now you're at this after party.
Yeah. He's
DJing. What, from like an elevated platform or something?
Yeah. There's sort of like a stage. Yeah, that was his stage. You know, he's up there, he's DJing, and you know, as soon as you walk in, you know, Snoop's got to have his stuff. You know what I'm saying? So,
like a Santa Claus bag full?
Yeah, exactly. So he's got to. So you walk in on stage.
Snoopy Claus?
Yeah, Snoopy Claus. You walk up on stage. There's 2 tables in the back of the stage. One table has every type of liquor that you can possibly imagine. It's like but it's laid out like picnic style. It's like red cups and bottles, right?
Yeah.
The other table has 2 mountains of whatever type of like you want, whatever
really?
you can imagine, and two dudes just rolling blunts.
Come on,
that's all they're doing, just rolling blunts, just rolling, and then you look at Snoop, and Snoop's DJing, and in front of Snoop is like 8 blunts, like ready to go. And
whereas a regular club goer might have 8 shots for him and his buddies or his group, 4 girls, 4 dudes.
Correct.
But for Snoop, he's got his medicine.
Yeah. He had a little cup of something. I don't know what he was sipping.
Was it purple?
No, it wasn't purple. But that was the highlight for me, just on stage sharing. I won't say what I did, but it was dope.
You enjoyed the festivities.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed the festivities.
You were participating in the regalia of the evening.
I definitely enjoyed the festivities.
So how many days were you in Amsterdam?
I think we were there for. I feel like it was just over a week. I think it was like 8 days.
Oh my gosh!
I stayed an extra. Of course you did. Yeah.
Because you lost your passport or something, or you just couldn't wake up.
I just I met some friends over there.
So wait, so you've shot in. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. And I do want you to tell me the don't you have a strip club story in Prague?
Doesn't everybody have a strip club story in Prague?
I've been to Prague. I think I'm the only one that doesn't have a strip club story in Prague. Because I saw the movie Hostel, and I'm like, I am not messing with Eastern Europe. I don't want my friggin' pancreas to end up inside some dude named Vladimir who lives, 3 hours north of Moscow.
You definitely have to roll with people. Don't be going. I mean, I don't be going to strip clubs alone anyways, but definitely roll with your boys if you roll into a strip club.
Okay, wait, was it in Prague, the strip club story, where there's like the little?
Yes.
Okay, please. Okay, before we get to, and I definitely do want to get to your project Alive with Shawn Desman, which is on Much Music on February the 5th at 7 p.m. on Much Music.
It's for the kids.
For the kids. I do want to get to that project because it's very cool, but I want to hear. Okay, because
I'll make it quick. So in Prague's a beautiful country, gorgeous country, beautiful architecture, and incredibly beautiful women. So I was out there shooting a project, and then one night me and a couple of guys were just drinking, and we just decided to go out and have some fun. And there's all these guys. They're the same way that there's flyer guys here. They're trying to get you to go. They wanted you to go to Time, and they want you know what I mean.
Or in Vegas on the Strip, there's those. Remember, they make that little sound.
They make the sound when they hit them.
So you look at them and they give you these flyers. Okay, yeah. So they're flyers.
Same type of dudes, right? Same types of dudes over here, but these guys are like more aggressive. These guys are like
than the guys in Vegas.
Absolutely.
Oh my god. Okay.
These guys will follow you around. They follow you around. And they're just like, come here, yo man, I'll tell you, what are you American? You American? I'm like, no, I'm not American, man. You missed the boat. So, but anyway, so this guy was trying to get us to go to this one club. We were just in principle, we're just like, we're not going with this dude.
So why were you in Prague again?
So we're over there shooting a video for another talented Canadian artist named Danny Fernandez.
Okay, you're okay.
So out there shooting a video for him called Never Again.
Okay.
So we roll to this other well lit strip club. That's the other thing too. This dude's trying to take us down an alley. And I'm just like, that's not happening. That's not happening. So we roll to like the most Vegas-y looking strip club that we could roll to. So the very interesting thing about the strip clubs there, and this is probably what you wanted me to get into, is you walk into the spot, all the women are off the chain.
But is it wait, but we gotta tell me the part where you get there, and isn't there like a little sliding?
Oh, that story. Oh, you talking about that story?
What where was that?
That was also in Prague, but that was like another. I thought you were talking about,
the menu?
Yeah.
Well, like I was talking about, like okay, I guess there's you can tell them both. You can amalgamate them because
there's multiple stories.
But the one with the little with the slot, like it was 1711, and you're in friggin' Winterfell in Games of Thrones. Actually, which Winterfell is like, but like there's a slot and just a pair of eyes.
Yeah, that one was really creepy, and we had to get the hell out of there quick. We went there to go meet somebody. One of our boys, and he's like, yo, I'm at this crazy spot and whatnot, and we're like, okay, and so we jump in a cab.
It was also in Prague?
It was also in Prague. So we cruising, and we get to this place, and we're turning, and we're like, where is this place? And we just, it's like, like in San Francisco, how they have, how the roads there, some of the roads are like really steep.
Yes.
Super steep.
Yes.
Right? So our cab driver turns into this, the super steep sort of drive. I don't know what it was. A driveway or a parking lot. I don't know. So we're driving up this giant hill, and there's no cars in the parking lot. So it's just very strange. You're just driving up. So I'm texting my boy. I'm like, are we in the right place here, man? Like, I'm up on a hill. This is weird. He's like, yeah. Just come to the top. You're good. This is just come and knock on the door. I was like, okay, cool. So we jump out. We're at the top of this hill. Our cab driver just bolts. Guy just takes off. Like, we give him the
cloud
money.
Of dust.
Gone. You know what I mean? Just a little.
Like, he knew he wasn't supposed to be there. He didn't want to spend any time where he just dropped you guys off.
So the only door, there's no signage. There's no nothing. And there's a door. And the door has bars on it, number one. Like you in the islands. Like, how in the islands the houses have, like, sometimes they have bars.
Right, like a gate.
Like a gate, but on the door. Like it's like a screen door, but it's like a jail door.
Okay.
And then beyond that is a slot. So I'm like, I don't think we're in the right place, man.
So wait, can you see through the gated door?
Yeah, it's like right up against the door, like a screen door.
But then the door itself is solid, like you can't see past it.
No,
right?
without question, you can't. Okay. You can't. It's black. You can't even. It's like solid. It might have been steel even. So I'm like, I don't think we're in the right place, man. And he's like, no, just like knock on the door. I'm like, knock on the door. Slot opens. Just see a pair of eyes, and like, we're here to see. He's like, shuts. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess we're not here. Let's get the hell out of here. Suddenly the door, you hear latching. Clack, clack, cha-chung, cha-ching, cha-ching, click-ting, cha-chung, clink, ting, 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 ting.
Like it's on a chain.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And then the door swings open, and then the door slides open, and there's this like decrepit old woman standing there. Like, she must have been like 103.
Oh my gosh.
And she's just like, come in.
So do you hear music or do you see any lights? Like, you see this old woman, but what is around her?
There's lights, but not like strip club lights. It's like someone's, like, I don't know, your buddy Nigel's like basement lights or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like in
floodlights, are they like
exactly.
red?
Yes, they're red. It's all like, I don't think there was like, wood paneling on the walls, but it just feels right to say that right now. So I think let's just put it that way. It felt like someone's, parents' finished basement. That's what it felt like. There's one bar, and it's like a basement bar. You know what I'm saying? That I can see past. We walk into this place, and as soon as we walk in, we hear the door shut behind us. Clink, 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 clink. Ching, 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 ching. So now we're locked in this so-called strip club, which has two poles. One, and let me just say, the room is like 20 by 20, maybe.
That's not a big room.
It's not a big room.
Not for like where you're supposed to entertain people. Like in a house, that's a big room. But in a club, quote unquote?
No. And the bar is taking up, a good 10 of those feet. It's one of those horseshoe bars, right? So there's a couch over there in the corner. There's a pole there. There's a couch over in the other corner. There's a pole there. And I can't even tell you what was dancing on the pole. So
wow.
Bottom line is
bands will make her dance.
But bottom line is, I was like, we need to get the hell out of here. I grabbed my buddy. I'm like, I don't know where you think you are.
But it's not safe.
But it's not safe. Yeah. Anyways.
So, okay, now quickly tell me about the menu of the other place.
Okay, look, I won't get into the story because this podcast is going to go on for like 14 hours.
That's okay, though.
About strip clubs.
It's fine. There's a good segment. There's a guy in Boston who really appreciates this.
Well, let me tell you, you go to Prague, you go to the flashy strip clubs. You roll in there, and we sat down and just having a drink, and on a table there's one of the little triangle stand-up menu. So we're thinking this is the drink, this is the drink menu, right? So we're like, all right, let's get we get some Prague lager, or we get some kind of new liquor. So we look at this menu. I think I have a picture of it. I think I have a picture of it at home. But anyways, I definitely took a picture of this menu. I start reading the menu, and the menu is not for drinks. The menu is for female services. Let's put it this way. There's like 23, 24 items on the menu.
Oh my, that's amazing.
The first item is a lap dance. The first item.
So if it's similar to a menu you would see in a restaurant, usually the first item menu is like an appetizer.
Absolutely.
So you start light, and then you get into the heavier fare.
Absolutely.
So they're starting just at a lap dance.
Yes, yeah.
What was it? Do you remember? Oh my God, I don't even know if we could say it in this. Do you remember what was at the end?
It involved three women, and for a selected period of time.
What was the cost? Do you remember how many euros?
Oh man, it wasn't in euro at the time. It was like they were on
whatever the Czech currency was.
Yeah. I don't know. It was, it actually wasn't that much. When you did the conversion, I think it was like 500, something like that, for like 2 hours or something.
Oh my, wow,
it was crazy.
That's a deal in some circles. It's way cheaper than the Spearmint Rhino in Las Vegas. It costs you $100 for like 3 songs, and like,
yeah.
So okay, well, Prague.
Yeah, man.
You got whoever's to the guy on the treadmill in Phoenix. You got to get there.
That's
just
your next trip, homie.
Round up a couple of buddies and get there.
Venture out there.
So RT, your latest project, which I know that you had a very successful campaign with the Degrassi show. They hired you to do like a teaser a few years ago, and that was very huge, very shareable. And
we did two of them.
You did 2 of them.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Both.
And then you did a music video with Big Sean, which has a few million hits on you. What was that video called? It was a female artist featuring.
Yeah, Alicia. Kiss It Bye Bye.
Kiss It Bye Bye. And now is this your first foray into like a longer length TV project?
Yeah, for television for sure. I've done a couple of short films, and then very recently in the past couple of years, gotten into actually exec producing some short films for my company, and then also for the City Life Film Charity, which is a great organization. And we work with the Remix Project, and we take at-risk youth, and we teach them the fundamentals of filmmaking, and then they make films and stuff. So been doing that for a couple of years, and but for me, this is like the first now foray past that level and moving into television, longer form filmmaking. Yeah.
So the project's called Alive, and it's a vehicle for Shawn Desman, who's releasing an album of the same name.
Yeah.
Okay, so this will debut on Much Music on February the 5th at 7 p.m. So it's a 30-minute like a movie. Like Bad 25, the documentary came out you saw it at the film festival, right?
Yeah.
So it was on TV. Spike Lee did a 25th anniversary documentary about Michael Jackson's Bad, and had all the the relevant players, in the production of the record. But Bad, when it came out on Fox, was like a 22-minute movie directed by Martin Scorsese. It was an event. I remember it. It was in black and white. I remember watching it on television. Yeah. So it's similar in that way, where there's a story, there's a narrative, and a series of performances. Yeah. Correct.
Well, there's the piece is like it is like that. In that we went back and thought of doing events. I think that a lot of music nowadays, they're lacking in events when it comes for a release for an album. A lot of times people drop their albums, you don't even know the album just dropped. Like you've been hearing the singles for 9 months, and then the album came out last week. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. And so it never used to be like that. It used to be like the album's dropping, and it used to be this big thing. And definitely the pioneer of that, was a Michael Jackson who fused film and music together. So this was definitely something that we wanted to try to do with this project. And then what we also wanted to do was we partnered with Much Music as a broadcaster, because we really wanted it to be televised. We wanted to put it out there, because sometimes you drop these, some people do like short films, and they drop these like extended videos, but they're just released online, So we knew that Much Music had a great audience, and they're so in bed with Shawn. They love Shawn, so it was like, why don't we do this thing where a record label puts new music that nobody's heard as a score for a story that's totally in line with the themes of an album. And so Universal Music, we approached them, and then we approached Much, and they all came together and partnered on something. So it's the first of its kind in this country.
How long did it? Okay, 2 questions. How long did it take from, I guess, conception to completion? And then, how good is Shawn Desman as an actor?
I mean, Shawn's good. Shawn's cool, man. I mean, you know what? Like in designing the thing, I didn't want Shawn to be playing a gangster or something like that. Like, I want Shawn to play himself. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is like, I can't really tell Shawn's story, because Shawn's already, he's a pop icon in this country. So for me to tell a tale that's about him doing a bunch of stuff now, I just don't think that it would really connect that great with his audience. They'd love to see him doing whatever, but for me, it was about telling a story that's inspired by him. So he plays himself in the film, and he does a great job playing himself. So but it's really the story of like a young dancer, and she wants to dance in Toronto, and he inspires her to come there and stuff like that. So it's an inspirational story for his audience. Yeah.
How did you guys decide to do that versus like a reality show? Like, I'm seeing ads on E for Catching Up with the Saturdays, or like the Saturdays. I think it's this new like female pop group from the UK.
Yeah, I heard about them. Yeah,
I think a lot of artists,
stunners. They're all stunners.
They are stunners. They all sort of fall into, let's do like Nicki Minaj had like a very short-lived reality show. I think it was like 4 episodes. Right. So how did you guys decide against like a reality show as opposed, against that to making this 30-minute like TV movie in a way?
Well, this is the thing. Like, reality TV is everywhere, so it's not that. The thing is like, that's not that unique. You just jump on another reality TV show, and it's a flash in the pan. You know what I mean? And really, the other thing too is like, reality series work because people get into the lives of these people after weeks and weeks and weeks. But half an hour of Shawn hanging out with Shawn with his family, like, I don't think that that's going to do his project justice, his music justice. Where are you going to put his music in there? Like, he's just going to perform, which people have seen him do. So it was about using the music that he had from this album and like underscoring, emotional moments in the film, making them score these parts in the film to make you feel them more. So it just to me, it was like, you know what, let's let's do something that's scripted and narrative, and let's call on some of the, like we got some great cast members in it that are like young, Canadian notable faces, and that's one thing I also don't think that we do in this country enough. It's just like let's celebrate some of these people that are on our TVs, and if we were in the States, they'd be superstars.
Right.
But, because they're in Canada, people are like, I walked by that guy, when I went to Pizza. You know what I'm saying? But it shouldn't be like that.
So who are some of these Canadian faces?
So we got Caitlin Lee. She plays the lead character. She's a regular on Heartland, and she was in Total Recall. She has a very
Wait, is she the one with the 3 breasts in Total Recall? That's her?
Yes.
Do 3 of them, or do 2 of them come out in the Shawn Desman movie?
It's this is PG. This is G rated.
Wait, do you have some other stuff on your computer with her?
No.
Okay, so Caitlin Lee is in
Caitlin Lee. She's a wonderful actress. And then Melinda Shankar from Degrassi. So a lot of Much's fans will be very familiar with her. She's hilarious. And then we got my man and your man, Casey Collins.
Casey Collins, yes.
Came through and jumped in there for us and lent some gravity to the thing. So it was dope. And then we pulled in, the choreography from Luther Brown, who's sort of the well-known judge on So You Think You Can Dance Canada. He came through and did the choreography. So it's sort of like it's a little all-star little thing, It's cool, man.
Well, I look forward to it. I know that we're going to go to the premiere on Thursday. But for people across the country, you can check it out on Much Music. The project is called Alive, and it's featuring Shawn Desman, and it's directed by RT. February the 5th at 7 p.m. on Much Music. I thank you, sir, for coming by to tell some stories.
Hey,
I
man.
do appreciate
Greatly
them.
appreciated.
And thank you for your years of friendship and your trajectory. I'm certain will be, as we listed some of those names of those directors in Hollywood that are recognized or nominated for Best Director at the Academy Awards, your time is coming, my man.
Appreciate that, bro.
Directed by RT on Twitter. One word. I'm Cabbie, and I'm gone.
Thank you for listening to Cabbie Presents, the podcast.